the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. And it is Magic basketball tonight as the Orlando Magic go up against the Mavericks in Dallas. Not an easy stretch of basketball lately for Dallas. They haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. And the front lines for both teams tonight, powerful, explosive. Shaq, what's the key these days to building a great front court?
Well, the more versatile, the better. But it's more about skill and brute strength. You know I'm about skill and brute strength. I was the most skillful and brutally strong guy ever to play the game.
It's right, you are brutal.
What's so funny?
That, front court guys need to change ends. That's what's funny to me, Shaq, and nothing else. I just tell you right now, nothing else is funny to me.
You want me to show you how strong I am? I'll flip this table over right now.
I believe you could. I believe you could.
What you looking at, Ernie?
Not much.
Oh.
All right.
It's on. It's on.
I see Ernie.
And here's Kevin Harlan. Here's Kevin Harlan.
I see you in the locker room, Ernie.
The starting lineup for the visiting Orlando Magic. At point guard, Markel Fultz. At small forward, Jonathan Isaac. At the other guard position, Terrence Ross. At the other forward position, Aaron Gordon. At center, Nikola Vucevic. The head coach of the visiting team is Steve Clifford. And now, your Dallas Mavericks starting five. At the center position, at 7'3", number 51, Boban Marjanovic. Starting at point guard, 6'0", number 5, J.J. Barea. Starting at the other guard, at 6'6", number 11, Tim Hardaway Jr. Starting at power forward, at 7'3", number 6, Kristaps Porzingis. The other forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 77, Luka Doncic. Your head coach is Rick Carlisle. Mavs fans, your Dallas Mavericks.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the American Airlines Center. We're in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks. All live on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Dallas playing for the home crowd again tonight. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
Yeah, and they've just looked sort of lost out there lately. They're not playing with a whole lot of purpose or drive, and you just can't wait for good things to happen. You've got to make them happen.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Terrence Ross is out there with Fultz, and it's Isaac in at the 3 slot. Drills it from outside. Well, we're around the halfway point now, Doris. Some clubs are obviously in a rebuild mode, but it can be hard for many team owners to accept that and accept that path they're on.
Well, when you've been the guy to make that financial investment, there can be a little bit of impatience because one of your responsibilities is keep people in the seats. You've got to pay the bills. What you have to do is you make clear to the fans the vision that they have. If you make it clear, Kev, maybe they can sort of embrace the rebuild and celebrate the step-by-step progress.
And it's good, 2 points.
Wow, how about the focus from the big man, Jonathan Isaac, comfortable in the paint.
Barea finds Marjanovic. Porzingis against Gordon. Porzingis passes to Barea. Just 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Rick Carlisle and I did speak a few minutes ago. It's the first matchup of the season against this team, and he knows that they have great shot blocking. But he did say we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Put the bigs in high pick-and-roll situations and shoot the jumper with confidence. They feel that's the key, Kevin.
Okay, D.A., thanks. Breaking down the defense on the other side is going to take some hard work today.
But, guys, I'm sure they'll be up for it. I always got even more fired up for a game when I knew that the other team was going to be bringing it on the D.
Well, it definitely has a tendency to sharpen one's focus. There's no room for error. Anything less than their best in this game simply won't cut it.
Now, here's Barea, following the miss by Aaron Gordon. Barea, the pass to Marjanovic. Porzingis kicks to Barea. Passes it to Hardaway. Now, here's Doncic. He's covered by Isaac. Marjanovic, no good.
Boy, I'll tell you, he has plenty of space, but it looked like a little bit of a hitch in that release.
Barea looking over the floor. Back to Porzingis. Pass to Barea. Over in the corner, Doncic. Outside, Porzingis. Over Fultz. Porzingis can't hit. The Magic trail by 4. The thing about Porzingis, interesting guy beyond just basketball.
No doubt, Kev. I mean, here's a man who speaks 3 languages. He had a Carmelo Anthony jersey as a kid. He had a couple of Latvian rap songs written about him, and the guy's just getting started. Guys, how about J.J. Barea? In his 12th year in the NBA, no less, he establishes career highs across the board and does nothing but get better with age. I love it.
One shot.
And Barea now in his second run with Dallas. Won an NBA title with the team, you may recall, back in 2011.
Well, he was critical in that title run, Kev, and now he's trying to help this organization rebuild. This guy, a clear fan favorite. And it's incredible to me. He seems to be getting better with his age.
Once again off the mark, Orlando. Mavericks leading by 7. Outside Hardaway. Gets a very good look and converts. Hardaway has got his second bucket tonight.
How about the timing from Hardaway Jr., looking very comfortable taking shots after catching the pass.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Ross. The Magic again can't hit.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
The lead pushed to double digits. Doncic has got his first points of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And guys, they just got so many good looks in that one, and the defense never able to affect their offensive rhythm.
Well, I think the defense from the other team was simply porous. There's no other way to put it. So many openings, and they made them pay for it.
Going with an almost entirely new group here. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Aminu comes in for Jonathan Isaac. Fournier is checked in for Terrence Ross, and DJ Augustine subbed in for Fultz. And one thing Rick Carlisle is known for is his accountability.
Right, and that extends to himself as much as it does the players who play for him. Listen, if this guy makes the wrong play call, he is going to make sure you know about that. And I think that's an approach you see from the top down in this organization.
Here's Doncic, following the basket by Evan Fournier. Here's Wright. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Here's Augustine, bringing it up now for Orlando. They trail by 11. Fournier with the ball. Now Wright defending. Aminu, the pass to Augustine. That shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Left side, Porzingis. Count that one. Porzingis has got 5.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
Now, here's Fournier. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana. And the basket by Gordon.
Well, Evan Fournier is a fundamentally sound player, and if his teammates are open, he will deliver the rock.
Now, here's Doncic. He's guarded closely. Powell kicks to Wright. It's deflected.
The main thing you get with Bamba, imposing defender, shot blocker, alters everything in the paint.
Fournier the bounce pass. Bamba with it. Wright's there. Nice shot there by Bamba. Bamba's got it back down to single digits for the Magic. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Brunson. 11 points for him in that last game against Houston. Shot clock at 6. There's the pass to Porzingis. Over Gordon. That's short off the rim.
Now, great look on that, just a little out of rhythm.
Yeah, he looked like he forced that a little bit. Just needs to take his time. Got to make these shots right now.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA always, and he always had pictures of Michael and then Kobe and Shaq, and then we both started watching a lot of NBA highlights. And then later on, 13, 14, Kobe and Powell, you know, I used to watch those guys play a lot.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
You love that they're making the offense work, right? Making every single thing they try to do hard.
And so in the game for the Magic, Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt, and it's Aminu in at the small forward. The Magic trail by 8. The Dallas Mavericks last season could not have been more disappointing, Doris.
Well, you think about management for this organization, Kevin. They had tried to avoid a rebuild. But at some point, every franchise probably has to go through it. And one of the things you must have in a rebuild is patience.
Augustine dishes to Fournier. From outside the arc. And DJ Augustine good for 3. Augustine's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Orlando. Outside Jackson. Here's Brunson. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. And the Mavericks lead by 7. The Magic shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Pass to Gordon. Back to Augustine. To the middle. It's tipped. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
Here's a look at some stats for Kristaps Porzingis. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. 7th in scoring, and he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And you noted it, his points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. Dallas leading by 7. There's the feed to Wright, inside, and Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Wright. Porzingis has got 7 points in the game.
Oh, that's a good, strong finish. Porzingis not shying away from getting after it.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Kristaps Porzingis, standing 7'3". He's played power forward early in his NBA career, but with that height, his future, it could be at the center position.
They holler, put me on fun. Put me on fun. Put me on fun. Put me on fun. Yeah, we really got fun. Put me on 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 fun. Yeah, we really got fun.
Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic, he's checked in for Aaron Gordon. Isaac comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Ross, he's checked in for Fournier. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Augustine. Now here's Fultz. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. To the inside, Vucevic. Mavericks with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And with Porzingis having the ACL tear, Greg, maybe losing some of his lateral quickness, perhaps accelerating his move to the 5.
I mean, part of his rehab was hitting the weights and just adding strength. I think, if anything, his offensive skill set, though, even more impactful at the 5. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Ross finds Vucevic to stop the run. No good from Ross.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Ross against Hardaway. Now here's Barea, guarded closely. Down low, and Marjanovic with the slam.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
Here's Bamba. The Mavericks making the shot. Fultz, no good.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Nothing they're doing on the defensive end is working. They've got to figure something out, and fast. Boy, a little too casual on the layup. Temporary loss of focus, not good.
Isaac with the steal. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
And with Mohamed Bamba, one of the first things you notice is that 7'9" wingspan. I mean, yeah, he's got to add more muscle on that frame, but he can use that reach already to make an impact at both ends.
Dallas making a switch here. Doncic is checked in.
Shooting one.
And with Bamba, in addition to his crazy length, you also get a player who's extremely smart.
How about getting scholarship offers from Ivy League schools, including Harvard? You can see him thinking on the court. He's deliberate in the things that he does. Bright future ahead for him.
Well, Tim Hardaway Jr. is known as a scorer. Knocks down the long-distance look right there.
The Magic trail by 16. And here's Fultz. He had 10 points in the win against Indiana. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
From deep, Berea, rebounded by Isaac. Orlando's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Ross on the wing. Five to shoot. Over Hardaway. Here's Vucevic. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
This guy, a strong rebounder who uses his frame well. Vucevic has a knack for being in the right spot.
Well, you just have to love the skill Vucevic shows on the offensive end. I mean, he can erupt for big scoring nights if you don't keep him in check, and it gives you a little bit of everything from an offensive standpoint.
Porzingis is checked in for Dallas. Then for the Magic, Aminu comes in for Bamba, and Evan Fournier subbed in for Terrence Ross.
One shot.
And Vucevic, no good on that one. Guys, Vucevic doing more shooting from range the last couple of years, further improving his versatile offensive game.
Yeah, and when he was younger, he got his points by going to work on the block. Still can do that, but now prefers to float outside and stretch the defense. Very soft touch on that jump shot, no matter if it comes from inside or out.
Now, here's Isaac, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Well, I like seeing Jonathan Isaac work in the mid-range. This guy is demonstrating the touch to score from there.
Berea, the pass to Porzingis. Now, here's Berea, guarded by Fultz. Porzingis can't hit. The Magic trail by 12. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Fultz kicks to Fournier. The shot from the low post is good. Fournier's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, from anywhere on the floor, you've got to be aware of Evan Fournier, even on the interior.
Berea finds Porzingis. Count that bucket. Porzingis has got 9 points.
Well, mouse in the house. He recognizes the size advantage and goes right to the rim. Good aggressive play.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Mavericks lead by 12. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Right out of the gates, it was Dallas setting the tone, showing tremendous urgency and a ton of energy. They got out on a masterful 13-2 run to start out. By the end of the first quarter, they ended up with a 9-point margin. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Well, the offense is running on all cylinders. Guys are focused, executing, not playing outside of themselves. That's why their shooting percentage was so high. See it up there in the stratosphere. Anyway, they're mixing things up, which keeps the defense scrambling.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Orlando?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joe, what up?
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
Doris, to try and improve the flow of the games, teams now have fewer timeouts. Players have to be faster about retaking the court after stoppages. I'm assuming you're like me, all good things, right?
I agree, Kevin, and I think what people don't know is the impetus from this actually came from the coaches themselves. Rick Carlisle said, listen, we need to pick up the pace of play because we'd like our games to fit in a certain time frame. And listen, when you've got the leadership at the top in Adam Silver, who always makes clear that game flow is one of his focuses and that this is an entertainment medium and let's please our fans, you're going to make the right choices.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Dallas, they've got J.J. Barea. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic, and it's Hardaway in at the shooting guard position. And here's Barea after the three-pointer from Nikola Vucevic. Barea, the pass to Porzingis. Over Gordon. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Marjanovic. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Wednesday, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks coming into town. And then on Thursday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And when you look at the Kings matchup, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Dallas leading by 7. Outside for Barea. Dallas, no good that time either.
Boy, they're slow coming out of halftime. Just 0 for 3 to start this half.
Ross against Hardaway. Gordon lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Gordon's got his third basket of the night right there.
I love that Aaron Gordon goes right up with it. He's got really good instincts for knowing when to catch and shoot.
Outside, Porzingis. Now, here's Doncic. He's covered by Isaac.
Ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Now, here's Fultz. Defense is right there. It's good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Well, Greg, I think I love the timeout call. At least it gives you a shift in momentum. It's a smart move.
You can't tell me nothing. Everything in function. I don't hear no facts. I just hear assumptions. You said you was popping. I heard you was bluffing. Oh, you frontin'. You really about nothing. Chicken with this stuff. We getting that bank. We getting that. What you think? I bought every payday. Every day is payday. I'm talking about practice. I'm talking about practice. What? We active. I just double booted up my passion. Hey. Like we ain't never ever go hard. They don't let us sing.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Mike Powell comes in for Marjanovic. And it's Justin Jackson in for Hardaway. And a switcher also for Orlando. Augustine's checked in. Now here's Barea. He has 6. That's to Porzingis. Back to Barea. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, Porzingis. Over Gordon. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Boy, you think about the Orlando Magic last season and the strong start they got out to, and it sort of faded away very quickly afterward. They ended the year as one of the worst teams in the East.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Gordon with it. He has 7. And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
They get the rebound. Jackson finds Barea. Back to Jackson. Dallas moving it around. And Barea with the basket on the assist from Jackson. And now an 8-point Maverick lead. Orlando, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Of course, I'm sure you look at these players, evaluate who could make a possible head coach out of the group I'm watching right now. And I'm sure there are a couple players that come to mind for you.
Well, I think when you just talk basketball intellect, one of the first guys that comes to mind is Rajon Rondo. I mean, his insatiable appetite to watch film, to have complete understanding not only of the sets of his own team, but Rajon Rondo, when he's on the defensive end of the floor, as soon as a play is called, he will repeat it and basically tell the teammates, hey, look for this action here. So Rajon Rondo comes to mind. Someone like Andre Iguodala, who also is someone Steve Kerr has referred to as maybe the smartest player he's ever been around. Now, so much more to coaching than just basketball intellect. You've got to be willing to deal with the egos and things, and do these players want to do that? Who knows?
Orlando making some changes. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Aminu comes in for Ross. And Fournier subbed in for Markelle Fultz. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Gordon. Dallas has gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Down low, stolen by Bamba. White against Fournier. For 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. At one point, they led by 16. A wide open look here for Wright. And a miss there on the triple.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
From short range. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Fournier.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
They regrouped, they worked out some of their frustrations, and now we're seeing them have some fun.
Jackson misses. Orlando, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Aminu, the pass to Fournier. And too long on the shot. Mavericks leading by 3. 1:06 left to play in the third. Wright outside. Clock at 6. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Thursday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz.
And for the matchup with the Bulls, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Now here is Augustine. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Here's Gordon. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
He's been heating it up since the break, getting some excellent looks right now.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Outside Jackson. He kicks to Doncic. Shoots over Bamba. It's tipped, but they get it back. The Mavericks have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. And that one falls for Jackson. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Fournier gets a wide open look, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Fournier's got it all tied up now for Orlando. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's a tie game in Dallas. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And so in the game for the Magic, Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt. Isaac out there with Aminu, and it's Bamba in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Marjanovic, and good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points.
Huge play on the offensive glass there to get more second chance points. He's only getting more physical as this game wears on.
This guy just feeds off that fourth quarter pressure in a tight game like this. That's when we can really see the kind of heart he plays with.
Now here's Wright, following the miss by Evan Fournier. Wright finds Marjanovic, and Marjanovic with the slam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now here is Augustine. The pass to Bamba. He dishes it to Fournier. Back to Isaac. From deep. Orlando getting another chance here. Fires the 3. Fournier's shot is off.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Hardaway, no good.
Boy, it's tough to see how he misses that one. I don't think the defense was all that tight on him.
Augustine looking around. Over Brunson. No good off the back of the rim. Mavericks leading by 4. Pass to Porzingis. Lets it go from deep. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
What you love is how complete a player Kristaps Porzingis is. There is a variety of ways with which he can score it.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Well, Greg, I think I love the timeout call. At least it gives you a shift in momentum. It's a smart move.
checked in for Dallas. Orlando also making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Bamba. Terrence Ross comes in for Evan Fournier. And it's Fultz in for Augustine. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Steve Clifford went over with his guys during the break. He talked about X's and O's, but he also said, hey, guys, we got to trust each other, stick together, and leave it all out on the floor. We'll see if they've got enough left to get over the top, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Here's Porzingis. After the made shot from Nikola Vucevic, here's Wright. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
Well, this speaks to the feel that Kristaps Porzingis has for the game of basketball. If you're open, he'll find you.
Back to Fultz. Out left to the wing. Kicks to Ross. Over Wright. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Fultz, the pass to Vucevic. Shoots over Marjanovic, and it's Vucevic. That time on the assist from Fultz. Vucevic has got 4 points now in the quarter. Mavericks leading by 7. Barea kicks to Marjanovic. Lets it go with a 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Oh, play a game of deep ball. I like it. Barea improved his range over these years.
Here's Vucevic. And he uses the glass on the way.
Timeout.
Vucevic has got 9 points now in just the second half.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Dallas calls timeout. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Now here's Porzingis. Back to Barea. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
I'll tell you, don't let the diminutive size fool you. This guy is not intimidated and can get his shot in the painted area.
Here's Gordon. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Two shots.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within single digits.
Well, I think the things that Aaron Gordon has added to his game, specifically that reliable three-point shot, is a really welcome sign. This guy has an incredible upside.
And Gordon drops them both. Here is Barea. 1:41 left to play here in the fourth. Passes it to Porzingis. Over Gordon. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And the Mavericks lead by 10.
Boy, how pretty is that at 7'3"? Kristaps Porzingis knows he can get his shot anytime he wants.
Gordon against Porzingis. Back to Fultz. From 12 feet out, the Magic again can't hit. And so it's Barea with it. They'll bring it up for the Mavericks. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Mavericks.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooter.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Porzingis.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Fultz kicks to Isaac. Pass to Gordon to end the run. Here's Vucevic. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Well, there's a certain strength that Vucevic possesses, so he can play through the contact and still score. That's nice.
Now Barea. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys got out on a break tonight. How did you get into transition so easily?
Yeah, we want to play faster, and that's what we try to do whenever they miss. We try to run, move the ball quick, and get easy buckets.
And you were able to beat them down the floor tonight, KP. Thanks a lot for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.